All right. Uh,
Good hand opening for Theude. What kind of mage?
we have
Let's
the
pull up the deck list.
absolutely, but like you said, an absolutely amazing hand starting for Theude. He has the Wrath to answer the early aggression. He has an Innervate to help him either get a taunt out here or just be built up to something else. And something I love seeing in Druid, this Blood Mage Thalnos, getting a swipe, for instance, having a 2 damage to everything and 5 damage to the main target is such a huge deal. Don't you agree?
I do agree. This turn, he's got 2 Innervates in his hand, so we might just see him drop down a Druid of the Call and taunt that. He also has Blood Mage and Force of Nature. You know Force isn't coming down. So we see a mech. Do you think it's some kind of alternative mech mage, or do you think it's more of the aggro mage that we've been seeing in the meta since the last wing of Blackrock?
It's
Oh, we have it. It's the aggro mage.
it is the aggro mage. The snow chugger's kind of in there. It's such a great card.
It is a great card.
It really is. You get a 2-mana 2/3, and with so many classes with warrior and rogue and druid even, being able to freeze the hero is such a big deal.
Gives you a big advantage going right into the match. So.
It really does. This is a great move right here. Going ahead, taking care of the snow chugger, even though this may die before it ever gets a chance to attack again. His face is free to be able to continue to attack, and it's going to be interesting to see how this match continues to play out. We have
Sorcerer's Apprentice drops down for the mage.
absolutely. Oh, unstable portal. Very nice.
Unstable Portal is such a win or lose card, depending on what you get on that. He could have just popped down a big legendary that's going to change the frame of this game.
Exactly. I've gotten Jiraxis more times than I can count off of.
A mage with Jiraxis.
I got Mage with Jiraxis. It really,
That's amazing.
It really is.
I saw the freeze game that you had with the Jiraxis. That was
Yes.
that was disgusting. I'm just.
It really was. A whole bunch of 6/6s out there. The unfortunate thing for Priest is they don't really have a great way to synergize with the spawning a 6/6 every time. But Theude in a little bit of a bind right here. No way to immediately deal with the Sorcerer's Apprentice. Next best option, getting out Lotheb, increasing the spell cost, stopping basically the value of
aggression. Yep.
Absolutely. We'll see right here what Colma is able to answer with. Looks like he has 2 Flame Wakers in hand right now.
And it starts any kind of combo that he would have had with Flame Waker, since now all of his spells are at least 5.
Yes.
So.
It really does, and Flame Waker is just one of the best new class cards in my opinion.
I agree.
The new basically spawn of a mage, and Mage has had a lot of aggression. It's had a lot of mech mage. Mage has had a lot of variety, and this is just another mage to add on to that list. And Flame Waker is a huge deal of it.
I agree, and it actually brought back aggro mage, because like you said, we had mech mage, but mech mage kind of went away because everybody got used to playing mech mage, how you approach it, and so now we see more of a high tempo mage than we've seen previously.
Absolutely.
Emperor Thaurissan!
Absolutely.
That is my favorite card with the Blackrock Mountain Edition. It actually might be my favorite card in the game.
It's pretty close for me. In my opinion, Emperor Thaurissan, Sylvanas, and Dr. Boom, kind of the 3 best legendaries. And I feel a little biased to Sylvanas. It was the first legendary I ever opened. So I'm a big fan of Sylvanas. But Emperor Thaurissan has changed the meta in such a tremendous way, especially in cards like in decks like Druid or even Freeze Mage. The amount of burst potential is just absolutely insane. Theude has a little bit of a choice right here. He has the choice to play the Blood Mage kind of just to cycle, but he can take care of both creatures, ends up with a Lotheb freeze, ends up with his face freeze, and takes out the Sorcerer's Apprentice. So even playing those Flame Wakers, yes, he has the coin, he has a Frostbolt he'll be able to get out next turn, but it's going to be difficult to get a ton of value out of the Flame Waker next turn as long as Theude handles this in a good way, takes out the Water Elemental and the Sorcerer's Apprentice.
I agree with that.
Oh wow, looks like he's going to let the Water Elemental live. I can understand that though.
I can understand that as well. Oh.
Alright, this is interesting. Choosing to attack the face, choosing to attack the Water Elemental with his face, and
do you think that he plans on playing Force of Nature next turn to clear the expected Flame Waker that he felt he might have had in his hand? and he can clear the water elemental once the water elemental maybe kills his druid.
I'm assuming he's hoping the water elemental is going to go into the Lopeb, but let's see what Flamewaker does right here. And oh!
Flame cannon? No.
Flame cannon wouldn't quite be necessary. It looks like a leper gnome he's bringing out there. So, all right, leaves the Druid of the Claw alone, and in Colma's situation, it's completely normal. Leave the Druid of the Claw intact.
Force him to trade, get some more face damage, absolutely.
Exactly, and the Druid of the Claw can't even take out the water elemental. So a couple of good draws. We get Emperor Thaurissan, almost a guaranteed to bring down right here. Go ahead and cheapen what is in your hand by 1. Gives you a 6-mana Ancient of Lore, a way you can Azure Drake and Hero Power next turn. So he has some options again.
And he's the Ancient of Lore, that's going to come down next turn, almost guaranteed. Get some more card draw in here. And he got rid of the Flamewaker, which is one of the biggest aggressions of the aggro mage. So that was a good play getting rid of that, and he still has okay, well, of course it's gone now. But the face is frozen again, and even though I just dropped down the Ancient of Lore number 2 full mana edition.
Absolutely, and you play the full mana edition and heal yourself for 5 instead of getting cards. You have plenty of card draw in your hand. Colma's running out of cards, so as long as he can kind of keep his health up, he has the Azure Drake to be able to draw some cards. He has another Ancient of Lore to either heal or draw cards. He has the Force of Nature to get himself out of a bind, and Colma casts the Arcane Intellect, gets another Flamewaker and a counterspell, has a Fireball, is going to take out the Ancient of Lore right there.
One good swipe and Theude is back in a good position. So would you drop down the Drake hoping for the swipe?
That's
because swipe clears the board.
It does, but does it give you the best chance to win? Just hoping that you get that one card. I believe healing for 5 here may be the best scenario. You put yourself back up to 20. He just wasted one of his fireballs taking care of your Ancient of Lore instead of instead of going face. So he's probably not worried about him having too much burst, and the healing for 5, getting a 5/5 body out there that will take out the water elemental if given the opportunity, and hero power again if the Ancient of Lore gets traded into by the water elemental, which I really don't see happening. Colma has the very aggressive deck right here. It's looking like he's going to continue to go face and keep the face frozen to avoid getting real value out of the hero power.
So I think this is a pretty strong play. You get some tempo of yourself on the board that might fear him into doing it. And also, he's going to have to spend at least some of his mana to get rid of that Loot Hoarder if he does have a Flame Cannon in his hand so that he can get rid of...
He really does. He has a Counterspell. He has a Sorcerer Apprentice. Here is the other Flamewaker right here. It looks like he's about to play the Flamewaker right now. And then I'm assuming the Sorcerer's Apprentice will be coming down after. See what Colma's thinking. All right, the Flamewaker's right here. All right, playing the Counterspell. Now, ooh, BGH, not a very good draw. Not something you really want to see. No real seven attack minions in this deck. And ooh, Force of Nature and the Counterspell. It's kind of needed. You need to clear the board. You could take out the Ancient of Lore, takes out the Water Elemental. Force of Nature seems so clean. You could take out the Flamewaker and the Sorcerer's Apprentice. But
can you risk it? Can you risk thinking that's a Counterspell?
It's such a tough call.
I wouldn't do it. I would Drake, see what I draw, and I would probably just drop a Shade and Hero Power, and get. What would you get rid of? Would you get rid of the Flamewaker, or are you more worried about getting your face unfrozen with the water elemental? If you play the Shade, in my opinion, you have to take out the Flamewaker. The Shade having just 2 health, it's really easy for the Flamewaker, and Theude believes his best opportunity is to clear the board with Force of Nature, and going to be extremely tough for Theude to come back in this particular game now. Alright, so where is the trade going to come? Oh, he is going to take out the Flamewaker, so that is very good. But no play on the Shade, so we'll see what ends up
coming through right here. Still a massive board for Colma. Not necessarily massive, but 8 damage worth. Here's what came out of that portal. Are we going to see it played?
What to do? What to do?
Uh-oh. It's interesting. What's going to happen? Colma, realizing he's not too far off from lethal. He's going face. Going face again. Goes face with the water elemental. How is he going to choose right here what he's going to do? All right. Oh, plays the snow chugger. Pings the face. Puts Theude down to just 5 health. Looks to be in great shape for Colma here in game 1. Wild Growth, not the best draw. It will allow him to cycle. Again, a swipe would mean the world right now for Theude. I am sure that's all he's wanting to see, is just a swipe. Swipe would allow him to clear the board, maybe try to stabilize just a bit. He could still hero power, basically gain one more life. But it would only take 1 fireball to end the game. But he's getting against Dr. Boom. Unfortunately, it looks like this game is pretty much over. Looks like Colma will be taking the first game of the series. Seeing if there's any way Theude believes he'll be able to survive here. He's going to take out the Sorcerer's Apprentice and can take out right there. Plays the Shade and Mage, even with the hero power.
I've got a beast in my side.